day, viewers. You're welcome to our political program titled Political Arena. Political Arena is a political program that illustrates some of the political happenings in our state and the country, Nigeria. We also give you a political roundup, that's our news segment, and also we analyze some other political issues. But just before we introduce our guest and go straight to the program, let us take the political roundup with our correspondent waiting for us, Carol Sam. Let's join Carol Sam for the news roundup.
Welcome to News Roundup on the program Political Arena. President Muhammadu Buhari met with some Igbo leaders and stakeholders from the southeast on Thursday during a work visit to Imo State. The president also met with artisans, traders, and youth leaders and community elders meeting during his visit to Imo State. The president participated in the town hall meeting with southeast leaders, and after going around Warri to commission a series of infrastructure projects by Governor Hope Uzodinma. President Muhammadu Buhari praised Hope Uzodinma, saying he was impressed with the level of development he had seen so far in the state, promising federal support within the limits of the law. The president, the Director General of the National Agency for Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, Senator Bashar Mohammed, has been sacked after 4 months in office. The above sack was contained in a statement on Wednesday by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu. He has been replaced by Haja Fatima Waziri Aziz. Garba explained that the sack of the 4-month-old NAPTIP DG followed the recommendation of the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Haja Sadia Umar Farouk. Anasaba High Court Judge Justice Marshal Mukoya has announced the transfer of ex-parte motion to stop the Delta State chapter of the All Progressive Congress from conducting last Saturday's Council's Congress. He also restrained Yobe State Governor Maham Balu Muni and other members from acting and parading themselves as APC National Caretaker Committee members. But following the transfer of the case, the hearing of the substantive suit could not be held, although the court had transferred an ex-parte motion of the claimant last Wednesday. The respondent went ahead to conduct the Congress. Deputy Chairman of APC in the state, Elvis Ayumano, and some other officials of Delta APC had approached the court at the heels of the July 10, 2021 Converted World Congress, which they claimed was highly hijacked. 12 political parties are participating at the Delta State House of Assembly by-election on Saturday, according to the Independent National Electoral Commission. The poll will take place at Isoko South Constituency 1. INEC officials disclosed that 12 political parties conducted primaries and nominated their candidates for the by-election. The Isoko South 1 constituency became vacant following the death of occupant Honorable Kenneth Ogba. And that's the size. I am Ofogba Wenekaru Samson.
Alright, welcome back to our program. I want us to know that this program is brought to you on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays at 10 a.m. each day, and with a repeat broadcast at 9 p.m. on those 3 days. You can be part of this conversation. Join us on our Facebook page at Delta Broadcasting Service Warri. You can also reach us on phone 070-3904-4583. I believe the number will be displayed on the screen. During the program, you will have the opportunity to join us so that we can hear your contributions. This morning, we shall be looking at the Isoko South House of Assembly election. That is Isoko South 1 constituency election that is taking place tomorrow. And we have a couple of guests with us. We have some that will be talking to us on phone. We will be speaking with the resident electoral commissioner of Delta State, INEC. That is INEC Delta State. That's the person of Pastor Monday Udotom. We'll be talking with him on phone, and also we'll be talking with the Police Public Relations Officer of Delta State Police Command. That's DSP Bright Edafi. Also on phone, but we have 2 gentlemen that will join us live in our studio. So just stay with us, and you have opportunity to also contribute towards the program. Just before we continue, and then we'll go to the studio to take a teaser, and then when we come back and introduce our guest to us. welcome back. Whilst the program is still Political Arena, I have my guest seated with me here this morning. I have Honorable Comrade Ozobo Austin. He is a special assistant to the governor on political matters. Mr. Austin, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, and God bless all of us.
Okay, Honorable Austin Ozobo is also a member of the People's Democratic Party. He's one of the leaders in his local government area. Sitting very close to Austin Ozobo is another gentleman, Comrade Priye Tambo. Comrade Priye Tambo is the South-South Coordinator and National Vice President of All Progressives Congress National Youth Council. Is also a youth leader in the APC. You're welcome to this program.
Thank you.
So together we're going to do justice to this program. We know that tomorrow, 10th of September, the 12 candidates, 11 males and 1 female, will be slugging it out, who will take over from Honorable Kenneth Ogba, who passed on sometime in June. Who will take over his seat at the Delta State House of Assembly. And so tomorrow we'll decide, the Isoko South 1 conservative people will decide who represents them at the Delta State House of Assembly. Quickly, we're going to look at this topic today, but just before we continue, let us speak with the resident electoral commissioner is in charge of Delta State in INEC. That's the president of Pastor Monday, Udo Tom. So let's just join him on phone this morning with us. Just I want you to, you're welcome to the program again. You're welcome again.
Thank you. God bless.
We're going to join him in a moment. Hello, sir.
Okay.
Hello, sir. You're welcome to the program this morning. You are live on you are live on Delta Broadcasting Service. That's Drtv Warri. Could you please introduce yourself so that our viewers will know you, sir?
Good morning. My name is Pastor Monday Udotom, the Resident Electoral Commissioner, INEC Delta State.
All right, thank you very much. You're welcome to the show this morning. The program is Political Arena. All right, sir. I want you to tell us how prepared is INEC for tomorrow's election.
Thank you very much. INEC has 3 phases of an election. The first one is pre-election, then election day, and post-election.
Okay.
Almost all the necessary things in the pre-election. What is remaining now is for us to transport materials and men, personnel and materials to the RAC centers. We have 5 RAC centers for the election that is going to hold tomorrow. Therefore, we are all set and ready.
All right, thank you very much. According to the national chairman, Professor Mahmoud, he said that INEC will be using the bimodal accreditation model for the first time in this election. How true is this, and how prepared are you in this particular facility you are going to be using?
The device is not new. It's a device we are using for registration, which is called IVET. Unlimited enrollment device, but the same device is going to be used as BVAS. You know, even your phone, it doesn't have only one function. It has multiple functions.
Yes.
The function for that purpose that we're going to use tomorrow. And I can tell you that we are ready, very ready, because our staff and our personnel have been trained by professionals on the machine, on the use of the machine. And in fact, sitting by my side is the HOD ICT, who is very vested in this matter, and have done all that they need to do for the device to be deployed tomorrow.
All right, sir. Does this device work offline, and does it also transmit results, sir?
The machine does not require any network to work.
Okay.
We work without network. Issue of transmission is left with the commission that we have said that we're able to transmit. But in this one, where are we transmitting to? We are transmitting to Isoko South State Constituency 1.
Yes.
So all the results that we in the end, we have a detention room, a dashboard that all results will be transmitted to operated by our electoral operation support center.
All right, thank you, sir. Let's look at the issue of batteries. The batteries. How long does the batteries last for this device?
The device is well charged, and when it charges, the battery can go on for hours, more of 10 hours. So we don't have problem with that. It's fully charged, we can go for 10 hours.
All right, so Pastor Udo, one of the major challenges we have with election is the late arrival of materials, electoral materials. I don't know what the arrangement so far with INEC this time around so that the materials can arrive on time.
I can assure you that this election is just a very small election. Only half of the local government is participating in this election.
Okay.
As I speak, there are 5 rank centers, which means that the ranks are very close to the polling units. And as I speak now, materials are leaving the office to the rank centers. Tomorrow morning, 8:30, most of over 90% of the polling units in areas that don't have difficult terrain would have been opened and ready to accept voters.
All right, so what's your, on the final note, what's your word of assurance for all the political parties participating? Learn that 12 political parties will be slugging it out tomorrow. What's your word of assurance to them, level playing ground, and all the electorates that they're going to have a fair, the result will be fair, free, and credible? What's the word of assurance to them, sir?
12 political parties, not about exactly 12 political parties are contesting the election tomorrow.
Okay.
And as INEC, as umpires, we have no party. We are not a party. We are not affiliated to any party. Our work is to make sure that they have the materials, the polling unit, and the personnel, and wait for voters to go and vote. And the results are sorted and counted and recorded and uploaded same for the declaration of whoever is the winner. My advice is that every person that desires to have a member representing that state constituency should go out and vote for your conscience, and that's what I believe in. And I also want to tell the contestants that elections are not war. We have not declared war. We have only declared election, and we expect them to go there with their PVC and vote, and the results will be good for them to thank God for.
All right, thank you very much for joining us. We'll still be calling you from time to time for this program. Thank you very much for your time, sir. We appreciate this. God bless you, Pastor.
I'm grateful and thankful for having me. May God bless you all.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I wish you good luck, sir. All right, that was the Delta State Resident Electoral Commission of the Independent National Electoral Commission. That's the person of Pastor Monday Udo Tom. He just spoke with us on the level of preparedness of INEC on the election, and you heard him. He said that INEC is fully ready to conduct a free and fair election, and they'll be deploying the new device, that's the IVED device, to ensure that the election results are credible. So let's quickly join the Delta State Police Public Relations Officer, that's DSP Bright Edafi, so that we also know the level of preparedness of the police. All right, Mr. DSP Bright Edafi, you're welcome to Political Arena.
Thank you.
Yes, you are live. Could you please just introduce yourself for the sake of the program, sir?
Yes, I'm DSP Edafi Bright, the Police Public Relations Officer at Delta State Police Command.
All right, you're welcome to Political Arena. So we want to know, how prepared is the Delta State Command of the Nigerian Police Force for tomorrow's election at Isoko South 1 constituency?
Yes, as usual, you know the command is tough when it comes to proactivity. The Commissioner of Police Delta State has deployed massively to Isoko South local government as we speak. And the policemen that are already there, the number deployed is massive. All the people is saying is that members of the public should comport themselves, go about the election process peacefully, retire back to their home, while also telling the VIPs that they are not expected to go out with their security personnel during and before the election. Immediately after the election, by 16:00 hours, then they can go about their command.
So does that mean there's restriction of movement in that area?
Yes, in that local government there is restriction of
when is the time from when to when, sir?
It starts from today, 12 midnight.
Okay.
Till 16:00 hours of on Saturday. That's
4 p.m. So there'll be restriction of movement from 12 midnight to 4 p.m. tomorrow in Isoko South 1 constituency. All right, so let's look at is there any plan for post-election violence, because we know that many times when the results are announced, some persons will want to go out to cause problems. Is there any other plan? Because sometimes after the election, you see all the police going back, deploying back to their stations. Is there any plan to handle post-election violence, sir?
Yes, in addition to the deployment, the CP has directed that no policeman.
Hello, sir. I think we lost him there because of network, but while we are trying to also get him, let's just try if we can get him so that he can give us his final word quickly. All right, sir. Sorry, sir. We lost you. We lost you along the line. We're not hearing from you. All right, sir. Could you please continue what you were saying?
Yes, the CP has directed that all presidents declared for the election are to remain in the local house of 21, pending when a standard order is given. And I'm assuring you that standard order will not be given until all activities that affect the election have been concluded.
All right, thank you very much. So what's your word of advice to the electorate?
Come again.
I said, what's your word of advice on a final note? What's your word of advice to the electorate as they go about exercising their franchise tomorrow?
They should maintain peace. Peace is the best. If there is no peace in the so-called South, as we speak, they will not be thinking. So they should continue to maintain peace. Ensure that the election is done peacefully and they go about their normal.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time. We really appreciate this. We wish your men good luck and a crime-free election tomorrow as you come. Thank you very much, DSP Edafi, for joining us. Thank you. We appreciate you for your time, sir. All right, sir. All right, sir. All right, gentlemen, let's come back to our conversation in the studio. Like I said, you can join in this conversation. You can call us on 070-3904-4583. Let's call it more again, 070-3904-4583. You can join us in the conversation. But let me just quickly introduce my guest again in the studio. In case you are just joining us, we have Honorable Comrade Austin Ozobo, who is a special assistant to the governor on political matters and also a PDP leader in his area. You're welcome to the show this morning.
Thank you very much, sir.
And also seated close to him is Comrade Priye Tambo, who is the South-South Coordinator and National Vice President of APC National Youth Council. So, Comrade Priye Tambo, you're welcome to the program again. All right, quickly, let us look at it. We said 12 candidates will be slugging it out for the election tomorrow. Let me just tell our viewers the list of the candidates and their political parties. I believe I will join our studio. We'll also highlight it there from our studio. We have the representing or flying the flag of the Accord Party is Ebewere Enabetama Simeon, Accord Party. Eterigo Onowojo, who is the only female candidate among them, representing the Action Alliance. Egogo Prosper is of the African Democratic Congress. Onoje Rame Innocent Ogenekaru, Action Democratic Party, ADP. Ifowodu Ogaga Ogene Emerotohu Osayi is flying the flag of the All Progressives Congress, APC. Opama Ogenefego Patrick is Allied People's Movement, APM. Owolu Ugogo Kenneth, All Progressives Grand Alliance, ABGA. Ugo Enifome Ejemugo, Action People's Party, APP. Umukoro Azaya Orobosa, New Nigerian People's Party, NNPP. Evivie Ovapoye, People's Democratic Party, PDP candidates. James Emamoke Onoraro, People's Progressive Party, PPP candidate. And Michael Paul Emena, Social Democratic Party, SDP candidate, standing for the election tomorrow. Those are the candidates for the election tomorrow. Let's come back to our studio now. Let's look at Comrade Ozobo Austin. Let's look at the major contenders. Who are the major? You've seen the candidates. Who are some of the major contenders in the election? Those persons you feel are the most likely contenders, major ones.
Yes. Good morning, Deltans. The Soko South by-election, I think it's made up of 12 candidates, and major contenders in that election. I think we have the candidate of PDP, we have the candidate of APC, and that of SDP. That I think these are the flag bearer, the candidates of these three parties. I think the major contenders of tomorrow's election. Yes,
all right. Now let's. Are you sure there won't be that's Comrade Priye Tambo? Are you sure there won't be any dark horse? Any of the other political parties? Somebody just want to spring surprises. Any dark horse will arise in the election apart from these three major candidates?
Good morning, Dedons. I am not too. I can't just say, politics is a team that you can't easily predict. Yeah. Anything can happen even in the late hour of it. So, but as my colleague have said, major are these three. But if anything comes out, we'll get to know when we get to that time, sir.
All right, like the three major political the candidates, like you said, the People's Democratic Party candidate Evivier of Wakbonye of the PDP, and then you also said the APC candidate, that is Ogaga Ifowodo, who was data set commissioner in NDDC, and also the SDP candidate who was also an aspirant. He contested the primaries with the APC candidate, and then he left the APC and went to the SDP. That's Michael Paul Emena. Yes, okay, it's MC Paul. Yes, it's popularly called MC Paul as a major contenders. Now, let's see. The election. Now, INEC has said that they are going to use a new device, the IV device in the election. Do you see this device affecting the election positively or negatively tomorrow?
The new device, I think it's made to improve the electoral process. But I think we still have some reservations. Reservations in the sense that, the other time, the National Assembly was saying that the INEC has to write to the National Assembly, and the National Assembly has to get confirmation from the Nigeria Telecom Commission to get whether electronic voting should be allowed in such elections. So now this machine, though they've said that it doesn't need network
yes,
to
work.
So actually, it's only meant to identify a true owner of a particular voter's card. The process of identifying who is actually the owner of that identity card may go in a long way to stop vote buying, to stop people voting with other people's PVC. If actually it will be genuinely, carried out. No, this is Nigeria. The devices. Sometimes tomorrow they may come and tell us another story that something happened to the device, and the device cannot be used again. So stories can come from anywhere. But as we speak now, let's just be hoping that the device will help to facilitate and help to stop some level of rigging in the process.
All right, Honorable Comrade Priye Tambo, I know that you are a youth leader in the APC, and it was believed that the APC voted against the electronic transmission of results in the National Assembly. I don't know what was your own view about this new device of INEC. Are you still going to agree, or you want to agree with your PDP counterpart?
I don't want to agree with him completely because it's a new device. Yeah. And for every new thing, there must be more challenges that can come up at any time because it's something that are testing for the first time. I believe that is one of the reasons why some of our party leaders voted against it. So we are still hopeful that this one will be a new beginning for us to test and know what will come up afterward. So we believe that this will have a new way for the next election.
Yeah. All right, to pave a new way for the next election. Let's look at security issues now. During the campaigns, I know that people followed the campaigns. Were there any issue of security breaches during their campaigns for this election?
Yes, there's not much security breach in the bridges in the campaigns. The campaigns were done peacefully, and there was no problem or security problem. And that's what we think will also happen in the during the elections, and that much security threats are not there. But the issues around is that some persons when they lost out, they will begin to see need to foment trouble. But as we speak now, I think Isoko South 1 constituency is peaceful, and elections will be done peacefully, and the winner will emerge peacefully.
All right, Comrade Priye, do you agree with him? What's your own take on this security issue?
I agree with him completely, because from my observation based on all the primaries that was done, it was all peaceful. But in our APC, there was a bit issues that the one that decamped to the SDP now won it, but somehow
it's okay.
However, everything went well peacefully. There was no any change of.
So are you envisaging any violence during the election?
I'm not envisaging any violence, but the only thing that in politics, there are always people who want to create havoc. And our advice is to them that everybody should go about the electoral process peacefully without any. That will not have any issues.
All right, let's look at the area of late arrival of materials. Like the INEC rec that spoke with us said they already started bringing those materials in. Do you also envisage late arrival of materials, and how, if it arrives late, how is it going to affect the outcome of the election?
Yes, I'm not envisaging late arrival in the sense that the election will be carried out in just a quarter of a local government. So it's not so massive like that. So it will be easier to manage. So I probably think that materials will get to the area where the election will be taking place at the appropriate time. I think I'm not envisaging late arrival. As if there's any late arrival, maybe because of logistic problems. But I think even at logistic problem, I fully know that because of the size of where the election is taking place, INEC they should be able to do the needful by putting themselves together and make sure material arrive that venue or that area at the appropriate time.
All right, Comrade Priye Tombori, are you envisaging any kind of challenge during this election?
The INEC personnel, Pastor Udu, have already given word that they have positioned themselves to go there. But the thing is that the way the country is, it depends on the terrain. There are bad roads and the transportation system they are using. It may cause 1 or 2 delays. For them to get there. However, I'm very sure that everything will get there on time for the election to be conducted by tomorrow, sir.
By tomorrow. So, just before what's your advice to the electorate? What's your advice to the electorate in this election? Those that are coming to elect, coming to vote, the voters.
Yes. Before I give my advice to the electorate, I still have some observation. As regards INEC pursue for electronic voting in the country. Now, the assembly has said, except on the approval of the assembly or approval of the communication commission.
Yes, I think that has not been signed into law.
It has not been signed into law.
So it will not come into effect.
It has not been signed to law. Yes, I agree with you. But possibly, if it may have been signed before the declaration of result or after declaration of result, after maybe they will go to court, it has maybe signed before going to court. It will also be used.
The law cannot be retroactive. But just leave it at that.
Okay. So my advice to the electorate is that they should go to the election peacefully and ensure that they go out to cast their votes. And before, we used to say our vote don't used to count, but these days votes are counting. Everybody, citizens' votes are counting. Go and decide who should rule you, who should be your leader. But if you sit at home and somebody will come out, decide who should be your leader, it will affect you tomorrow. So this is the right avenue for you to come out and decide who should be your leader by voting the right candidates through your PVC.
All right, now, Comrade Tombao, you know that recently we have seen voter apathy. People, they don't want to come out to vote. You see low turnout of voters and all that. What is your advice to the electorate?
That is the need of this electoral, the new system of the electoral voting. In those days, you used to, the reason why most people don't know, they believe that the vote does not count.
Okay.
But this one, we capture everything. As it's capturing everything, the name, it is already counting.
Okay.
So that is why I want to advise them to go and make sure that vote counts. Because anyone that votes in this one, it will count immediately. So I believe this one, vote must count. So I'm advising them to go about it and make sure that they vote. And
all right. On a final note, you know that there must be a leader, there will be a winner in every contest. So what's your advice to those that will win and those that will lose? What will your advice?
Yes, actually, in every context, there must be a winner. And somebody winning in this Isoko South 1 election is very clear. And if somebody happen to win from a particular party, it is my advice that these other people, they are not losers. You know, they should take it in a good faith. Don't go into violence because I didn't win or somebody have won. Don't go into violence. Embrace them. Tomorrow could be your turn. If you didn't win today, it doesn't mean that you will not win tomorrow. Today could be somebody's turn. Tomorrow could be your turn. So don't do violence. Somebody will definitely win. Embrace the person and see how you can now join hands with the winner to move Isoko South forward, Isoko Nation forward. So it's not issue of do or die affairs. Somebody must definitely win. So whoever wins, it's for all of us. So let us see it from that light.
All right, Comrade Priyeta, what's your closing word now?
Yes, I agree with my colleague. Somebody must surely emerge. Isoko South, they are all one. Isoko is Isoko. There is no other. So whoever emerge, they should all embrace. However, when you are going to vote, not just go and vote. Make sure you stay to monitor your vote, that nothing happens there. And whatever you do there, make sure you ensure that you didn't go to cause havoc. Vote, secure your vote, and make sure you don't join any group to cause havoc. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. That's our discourse for this morning. Just let me just quickly, just before we go, special thanks to our guest, Honorable Ozobo Austin, who is a special assistant to the Drtv Governor on Political Matters and a PDP leader. And he said, thank you very much for your time, for joining us on the program. We'll also speak with you some other time. God bless you. I appreciate you for coming. And also sitting close to him is Comrade Priyeta, who is the South-South Coordinator and National Vice President of APC National Youth Council. You're welcome to the book. Thank you very much for your time. All right. Thank you very much. That's our guest. That's a wrap for the program this morning. But just before we go, I want to appreciate the following persons who has made the program possible this morning. On the camera, we have Daniel Ede. The engineer on duty is Emeka Wanku and Mike Amioku. And the presidential director is Utake Tejiri. I want to also thank the executive producer of this program, Pastor Malcolm Utiri, and the producers of the program, Johnson Obaseji, John Glover, Grace Mato, and Nelson Miller. Join us next week, Monday, for another edition of Political Arena. Till then, I remain the weekend edition presenter, John Glover. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. All right.